Welcome to the trip report and review for Ripley's Believe It or Not Odditorium and Louis Tussaud's Palace of Wax from FamilyTravelPhotos.com. One of the Ripley's Believe It or Not Odditoriums is located in Grand Prairie, Texas. It shares a home with Louis Tussaud's Palace of Wax Museum, a mirror maze, and a laser maze. We chose to go through the Odditorium and the Palace of Wax. You really have to treat the Odditorium and the Palace of Wax as two separate attractions because they are so different in terms of content and quality. The Odditorium is set up in a series of rooms that showcase everything from an animated model of the world's tallest man to a scrimshaw carving. Each room is designed separately, so you can walk from a modern room that houses nautical items like a big shark, a cannon, a pufferfish, and a monster lobster, and move directly into King Solomon's mine, complete with a blacklight painted mask and a shrunken head. I can see why this display would have thrilled people in the 1930s. I can understand people in the 1950s enjoying it. Unfortunately, this display is so badly out of date in terms of content as well as technology that I don't see how it could impress anyone since then. The world's tallest man display was very cool. In the picture, you can see me next to this guy and I'm over 6 feet tall. The lizard man and the fat dude were neat statues. After that, nothing else in this museum was any more unusual than what you'd find on the Discovery Channel. The technology is antiquated beyond hope. I was not astounded by a dress made out of soda cans, a wedding gown made of toilet paper, or most of the rest of the displays. Time has left Ripley's Believe It or Not far behind. The Odditorium needs a complete facelift in terms of content, decor, and technology for it to have any real appeal. Children might like it, but I bet they'd enjoy the other attractions far more. The Palace of Wax offered a much more entertaining experience. This museum was full of wax sculptures of entertainers, politicians, and historical figures going back 2,000 years. The quality of the figures ranged from remarkable to unrecognizable. The tour started with a room full of entertainment stars. Britney Spears and Jason Statham were great. The cast of Star Trek and the Three Stooges were really bad. Marilyn Monroe and the Rat Pack stood next to more recent stars like Sylvester Stallone, Demi Moore, Denzel Washington, and Morgan Freeman. By the way, I returned to the Palace of Wax in early 2015 and this room was being renovated. I don't know if these figures will return to the room or if something else will go in there. The US President's display was cool, but most of the figures were not that well rendered. From there, the museum wound through a series of rooms showing everything from the Wizard of Oz to historical figures to famous names from the Old West, to superheroes like Batman, Spider-Man, and their enemies Riddler, Catwoman, and Joker. These were very well done except for Superman. The artists seemed to have trouble with hair on these sculptures. The museum included a walk through the life of Jesus Christ, which was extremely well done. The life-size crucifixion scene is dramatic, to say the least. From here I entered the House of Fear, which was by far the best part of the exhibition. The monsters we all know: Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, all were in attendance. Freddy Krueger and the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre were there, as were the monsters from Alien and Predator. with an unhealthy dose of ghouls, skeletons, and other scary scenes along the way. The Palace of Wax is very cool. It uses modern technology, including sound effects, music, and flat screens that show very scary images. It is remarkably large, with more than 250 figures to see. I'd drive to Grand Prairie again just to go through this exhibit. The monsters section alone was worth the price of admission. Parents with younger children may want to avoid the House of Fear. The monsters are quite dramatic, and I could see how they would terrify little ones. If you're a photographer, you'll love the Palace of Wax. And even Ripley's Odditorium has lots of colorful photo subjects to shoot. I have provided specific comments about photography at the Palace of Wax and Ripley's Odditorium in a trip report at my website, familytravelphotos.com. Click the link below to see the report. The trip report provides a lot more information about the exhibits, photography, and more. If you're planning to go to Ripley's Believe It or Not or the Palace of Wax, you need to read the report. Like everything else on my website, the report is free. At the end of my YouTube trip reports, I provide a short video set to music to give you a flavor of the location being covered. Ripley's Believe It or Not is featured in a separate video. The link for that video is in the description below. Here then is my video of our visit to Louis Tussaud's Palace of Wax in Grand Prairie, Texas. Enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please help me by clicking the like button below. On screen you'll find links to more videos from Family Travel Photos. Be sure to subscribe so you'll know when the next video is posted.